I left this big mess yesterday when I was working, and I haven't cleaned it up yet. So, while we wait for people to join, I'm just gonna clean up a little bit. Hello, Giselle. I thought I was going to be talking to myself. You're the only one on so far. Whoa, there's Shelly. Yay! I like when I'm not talking just to myself. At least I can pretend somebody's watching. Good morning. Good morning, good morning. Hooray for friends joining. I was just talking to myself and cleaning up my threads for a minute. I'm charting and get to listen while I work. Yay! Hooray for busy work. I have just one more thread I'm gonna clean up real quick, and then we will get started. Okay. I think this is one of the colors we're using today, so I'm gonna leave it out. Okay. Hooray, let's get started. Okay, so today we are going to do, let's see. We are going to use our 3345 and do some stitch here and here. Alrighty. Let's see. Okay. So we're back to our 3 strands. That's what we're gonna do. Okay. So we're gonna do one of my, I say it a lot, but one of my favorite stitches. I really like the fly stitch. I just think that it's really fun and satisfying. So, yes. Let's do it. Just getting a knot here in my, did I say already? I'm using 33, 45, and 3 strands. Okay. And we're just gonna start up here. So a fly stitch is gonna make like this line plus some like triangle type stitches. So we're gonna start here. We're gonna go down and make our first stitch. And then we're gonna come out to the side. We're gonna come up on this side, down on this side. Keep your loop open. And we're gonna come back up in this same hole where we went down first and pull that snug. So then we create this little V shape. So we're gonna do that again. So you can do these closer together, you can do them further apart, you can do your little V part out or in a little bit closer if you don't want them out so far. So my first one was out a little bit far. So I cinched that one in a little bit, and then I'm gonna go down into the dirt here. And then I'm just gonna do some little stitches on the sides. Just to finish that out. So you could do it like this as well if you don't want to do it all in one stitch. I snoozed my alarm instead of turning it off earlier. I have an alarm that goes off to remind me to get on live. Okay, so once we're at the bottom, we're going to come back up and do our next one. And we're just going to follow the curve of the stem. And these ones I'm going to do just a little bit closer together so you can see if they're a little bit closer what they might look like. So you can do them as close or as far apart as you want, but if you're working on a little bit of a curved line like we have, it's a little bit easier if you keep them a little bit closer together so that you can keep on that curve. So don't get too crazy with like big long stitches. I just think this is one of the funnest stitches. It's just like, it's easy and like the end product is just so fun. Plus the back looks really cool. On the back, you should just have just these because we're going from here to here and then from here to here. So you just have like a bunch of little V's in the back. Okay, I'm just gonna go down. I'm not gonna do one at the bottom of there, but you can if you want. This is fast enough that I can finish this before we move on to the next one. The next little terrarium. So you could also do these a little further apart if you wanted to. Like you could do 2 back stitches, like come down here and do like another back stitch right here. And then come and do like the V here and skip this one if you wanted to. I'm not gonna do that, but I am going to stitch right over the top of this one down here. But if you wanted like less little offshoots, but you wanted to keep your stitches small to stay on your line nicely, you could totally do that. Okay. I have so many errands to run today. I was just making a list before I got on live. I'm out of stamps. I'm out of groceries. It was a long weekend of relaxing, and now it's all catching up to me. All the errands I need to do, all the paperwork I need to file. Oh, this time of the year, getting kids registered for school, and my kids' school has a silent auction every spring for a specific fundraiser. Like they are updating their playground equipment this year. Last year they put in like a ropes course. And now, like for the older kids. And then I think next year they want to update the littler kids side and add something. But anyway, I need to grab some. Each classroom does like a basket. So like my daughter's classroom is doing, I want to say summer fun. So I think I'm going to grab like some sidewalk chalk or some squirt guns or something to throw in there. And then my son's class is doing Grill Master. So I thought I might get some fun like spices. Anyways, they do a basket and then you can bid on them. But okay, so I wanted to kind of leave the bottoms open a little bit to see kind of where I wanted some extra. So I'm going to come back and add just a couple right here. Okay. So cute. Okay. Right. Oh, look, another needle. Okay, I finally decided yesterday what we'll do here. We're going to do a stem stitch. I was thinking we had done a stem stitch for this little green one over here, and then I remembered that we did a whipped back stitch. So a stem stitch is going to look similar, but it's not the same. It looks similar, but you do it differently. Okay, so we're going to stick with the 33-45 and 3 strands right there. So all right. Stem stitch is fun for curved lines or for filling a space if you want to give it like some fun texture. Okay, so what we're going to do is start at the top. Oh, we did a stem stitch. This is what we did around here. Okay, we're doing it again. So we're going to come down a stitch. We're going to come up halfway through it, and then pull it snug. Okay, and then we want this next stitch, so however big this one is, you want this one to be the same. So we're going to come about halfway. This is half, and then the other half down. And then we're going to come up where we went down the first time, because that's the middle again. And pull that snug. The biggest thing to remember with a stem stitch is to keep your thread on the same edge. So we don't want to like move it over here and then come up. We want to keep it on whatever side you choose, keep it on that side. So if I were doing a line that was curved like this, then I would keep the thread on that side as well. Okay, I'm not going to go all the way down because I've got so many stitches going down to the middle, and I don't want them all, well, You know what? Let's do this first one all the way down. Hang on. Okay. And we're gonna go down into that dirt. Finish that off. Okay, so I think, because if you have a pre-printed, if you got a printed pattern, some of these are not going all the way down to the middle. So just, I would maybe pick one that does and start there. So start like with this one here and go all the way down, and then do like this one that goes all the way down, like do a couple that go all the way down. And then these ones you can kind of just fill in the space, depending on where, depending on where you need to fill in to cover that pattern. Oh, I still have some on here. Okay, so you can go up or down with stem stitch. So since I'm already down here, I'm gonna start like with this one here and just come up a little bit and stitch it out, and then come with this one and go all the way down. I'm just gonna keep that curve on the same side though. Whatever side you choose. Okay. And then we'll just keep going like that. Let's see how much we can finish in 10 minutes. I've been on a big audiobook kick lately, and I'm kind of hooked on this one author, Catherine Center. She writes like romance novels, but they're fairly clean. Anyways, they're like totally predictable and just like easy to listen to. Anyways, I'm on like my 5th book of hers. Almost done with it. And then I'm going to need something new. See, if we do all of these to the bottom is going to be so full of thread. Like already with 2, do you see that? So that's why I want some of them like starting out like this. So like this one, I'm going to come and start here. So these ones are kind of curved this way. So I'm going to kind of curve them out a little bit. This is not one of my favorite stitches. I don't know why. I feel like I'm really inconsistent with my stitch size, so they just don't look quite like they should. That's the other thing. If you want these to be like a little bit more twisted looking, you can use shorter stitches. And maybe that's my problem, is I'm not very patient with like tiny stitches. And so I tend to just make big long stitches. And especially like once I get going, like I don't really pay attention anymore. I just kind of do it. Like these just get really big sometimes, which doesn't bug me on my own work. So if it bugs you, I'm sorry that you have to watch this, but you can do whatever you want on yours. If you want them smaller, or if you are worried about them being more consistent, then please be more consistent or do smaller stitches. That's totally fine. I'm just not, I just figure plants are not exact, and so I'm just not super worried about it. Now, if I was doing lettering, I tend to be a little bit more precise, or I pay attention a little bit more, because I feel like with lettering, it needs to be a little bit more uniformed. But I'm less worried about plants, so. I run out of thread before I run out of time. Anyways, if you look at this and look at the small green plant we did over on this terrarium, they look similar. Especially if you do smaller stitches, which I am not. Okay, I think I'm gonna try and do one more over here with this thread that I've got left. Whoop! If I can keep it in my needle. I don't think I'll be able to finish this one. That's okay, I'll show you what you can do if you run out of thread in the middle of stitching. Come on. Okay, so I'm not gonna have enough to finish this all the way down to here, so I'm just gonna come here halfway and go down, and then I'm gonna tie it off, and I'll show you what I would do to start my next one in the middle. If I don't do this if I'm lettering, like I would have just, before I started that little spot, I would have just got a new piece. But since we're doing plants, I will just start a new piece in the middle. Let me just get this tied. Okay, so if you pull this out of the way a little bit, I like to come up in the middle. Like that's where I would normally come up anyways. You just have to pull that thread out of the way a little bit, and then you can just keep going like you never stopped. Okay, I think I'll just finish this side, and then I will let you go, and I will finish the other side off camera. I'll do this one a little bit smaller stitches so you can kind of see. It gets a little bit more twisted looking. I still did those probably a little bit bigger than some. Might do them. Okay, one more. I'm gonna come right down here to the bottom. There we go. There's one side done. Very fun. I've got a little piece pulled up there. Anyways, what do we think? Fun? Yes. We will get a little bit crazy tomorrow. I think I'm gonna plan on doing this over here. A closed Cretan stitch, which is one I've never taught before. So I'm excited for that one. And then Thursday we will do this one. And then Friday we will do our edges and then we'll be done. This one seems to have gone really, really fast. For some reason, it feels fast. Anyways, okay, I am gonna go run all my errands, but thanks for joining me, and I will see you back tomorrow. Bye.